Hey guys, and welcome. Hello, how are you? Good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. You know the usual welcome that you see on here. First of all, thank you for clicking on this and coming to watch this video from this YouTube video. If you haven't already, the subscribe button is down below, and if you could also ring the bell, as well as give the video a like if you do enjoy it as well, that really would help us a lot. Uh, in today's video, we are taking a look at the Tier 7 French battleship, the Lyon. So, a couple of interesting things about the Lyon to start with is number one, she is just a design ship, as we can see here by the little bit of spoofing info that Wargaming very kindly put in with every ship. Um, the other interesting thing I've come across with this, which we'll touch on when we look at the history of the ship a little bit, um, is I found several different designs for the ship, and only one looks like we see her in game. Let's have a talk about her in game though before we go any further. So as you can see, we have four quad turrets down the centre line: X, Y, Q, and an A turret at the front. These are, as you can see, 340 millimeters, so they're not massive. They're about 13.1, 14-inch guns. But we do have a decent number of secondaries, 130 millimeters in doubles and quad turrets, dotted around the ship. As you can see, the two quads centrally mounted, with a pair of doubles aft and a pair of doubles forward. She has 53,400 HP, which when you fully upgrade her, to give that sort of thing. And again, as you can see, we see a bit of a flavour here with some of the French ships that you do get an extra engine upgrade, as you can see. Base stats for the ship are 46,000 HP with 16.9 kilometer range and 107,000 shaft horsepower, which is 26.9 knots. Upgraded, obviously, you get 28.4 knots, you get 18.6 on the range, and as we've said before, 53,400 HP. Modules I run on my Lyon: main armor mod 1, damage control system mod 1, secondary battery mod 1, and propulsion. Crew skills for Jean-Jacques Honnery, I go with pyro, with emergency repair, preventative maintenance, grease the gears, which is an enhanced skill on Jean-Jacques Honnery. Same with adrenaline rush, that's an improved skill with Honnery. I also then stacked survivability with emergency repair with concealment expert. He is a 19-point captain, so there is still 3 more points to get. Could possibly look at maybe long-range secondaries, or a combination of maybe gun feeder, and maybe IFHE. Gun feeder and IFHE at a push potentially. We'll have to see. Maybe not because we're running pyro, but I've yet to decide. I may go for a full respec and redo it. I'll have to decide and maybe do an update later. So Tier 7, she is a lot of fun to play actually. She's pretty quick, she's pretty mobile. Her AA is fairly reasonable, as you can see, stacked quite nicely in a number of turrets around the conning tower, to the stern, and then right in front of the main guns as well. In terms of maneuverability, we've got a 14.1 second rudder shift time, 700 meter turning circle, so decent enough for a battleship, and 13.8 kilometer detectability. So, you know, she does okay. She's pretty quick. She's pretty maneuverable. It's kind of the flavour of the French battleships, as we said previously in our Alsace review. So, the history of the ship. Let's move on to that, because I think pretty much that's it for the ship in port. There's not much else to talk about there. Now for the ship in history wise. So I was only able to find one version of the plans that actually displayed the ship with the turret layout that we say here. However, it didn't have the large conning tower that you see here on the ship. I found several different designs, and what it appears to be is that They agreed that they put this design forward as an improvement from the Normandy. And then as it goes out, there's some budgeting issues. There's some, we're not really sure. We don't want to go ahead, and we'll name them after some towns. And when they went out to the different shipyards with the design got changed at shipyard level, where we saw ABXY quad turrets with a centrally mounted superstructure. The a similar design to what you see here. So it's a bit hard to actually understand exactly where this kind of design came from, and which version of the design of the Lyon we actually have in game. One thing I do know, and we can find out very simply, is that she's actually a pre-World War II dreadnought, a pre-World War One dreadnought design, July the 28th, 1914. That's when they basically shelved the plans and said, look, we can't afford to do this. We've got to get stuck into this ground war. And as a result, they never went any further than that. Who knows, had they built it or anything like that? Potentially, we don't know. But, again, another what if ship. The design is very hard to pin down because, as I said, I can find designs where the forward superstructure here is actually only level with the just a bit high about here, where we see what looks to be the bridge and the command bridge above it here. I can't find anything with this upper part, and I can't find anything with this funnel design. I can find something with a normal funnel here and here. But I mean, feel free, if you guys want to dig around and see if you can find it, please do. I have been digging around quite in detail looking for this information. But that doesn't detract from the fact that she is one of the most fun ships in World of Warships. Something that has earned her the nickname of the shotgun, which you'll see in the replay that's coming up. Anyway, that's a bit about the ship in the game, a bit about the ship's history. Let's go forward and let's have a look at the replay that we've got to give you a kind of idea of how she performs. So hello everybody and welcome to the replay. As you can see, we've got quite a interesting division here. The one and only Grumpy Beard, the one and only Grumbles the Dwarf on his EU account, and myself. We're in a triple Lyon division. However, matchmaking has not been kind. We are in a tier 9 game. So, yes, boss, off we go. So initially, decision from us all is we're going to head to the ACAP. There's a couple of conversations about what camo people are wearing. Grumbles there in the Union Jack camo, Grumpy there in the French camo, and I'm in the New Year Streamer camo. Guns obviously are on the wrong side, but as you can see, we've got a reasonable turret rotation. You'll notice, by the way, as well, in the Lyon's turrets, something we mentioned about the Alsace turrets as well, there is a very big gap between the second and third barrels on all the turrets. If you remember, that's where that thick 4-inch armor plate splits the turret in half, basically, and gives a bit of protection. There's a bit of hornage going on there as we set off. Heading towards the ACAP. We've got some pinging on the map as usual, as you expect in World of Warships, and we are just taking it nice and easy, sailing across. Guns are coming around to this side, so we're setting up in a bit of a line astern, heading between A and B, but more on the A side. As you can see, I'm just trying to fill a bit of time here for you while we do that. The Talon gets spotted very early on, 18 kilometers, so immediately everybody's attention is drawn to the Talon. We're waiting for the Talon to give us a bit of a better shot, which he very kindly does do in just a while. Spoiler alert, I'm afraid there. Obviously, coordinated fire between all three of us. 16 times 3. we have a huge number of shells that we can put into the air. The Lyon, the Talon starts to turn, so give it a bit of lead. Pull the trigger. Grumbles has fired. Grumpy's fired. Shells are in the air. Gentle tickle for 2 pens. And then a bit of extra damage from everybody else. He's ticking along there. It's 16k though. I've got 10 seconds left on my reload. I seem to have a slightly quicker reload than Grumpy and Grumbles. Not quite sure why that is. The Talon pops around the corner. We readjust our guns for aim. Pull the trigger. We've got all 4 barrels in the air. And we nep ourselves an early flush bud with a triple penetration, double citadel, 3 defenders, and the sink. So there we go. Not a bad first opening round for us. We get first blood in the Lyon. We get 2 citadels, 6 shell hits, and 3 defender badges as well. So we're now kind of in a bit of a long range duel with that's going on down here at the ACAP. As you can see, there's a KGV, there's the Azuma, there's a Pommern around here, there's a Lyon, and there's an Ostergutland as well. So swing around to see what we've got the best shots at. Grumble's nose is in at this point. The Lyon has run away. Looking for some nice side shots here on the KGV, giving what I think is a reasonable amount of lead. However, he's not going as quick as I think, so we only do a little bit of damage there. 1 ricochet. Dispersion did let us down a bit there, and we should have spent a little bit more time letting the gun settle and aim. Grumbles is a little bit closer, so he's taking quite a bit of the brunt of the damage and burn and pain there. So he's turning away and trying to break contact at the minute. A very kind smoke screen laid there by one of the destroyers. We're looking for shots, but as you can see, everything is comfortably behind the islands. So we are basically just sat waiting for a target. Meanwhile, keeping a watching eye on the minimap. We can see the Azuma there. Trying to get shots though on the KGV, so game says we can make them. So we fire them over. Not too bad, 3 overpens, 2800. Could have been better, but we'll take it at this point. Guns are reloading, 15 seconds. We're going to turn away. Our Pommern and Grumbles at this point have an interesting conversation. I decide I'm waiting to think whether or not to aim at the KGV, but as I pull the trigger, Greedo gets the actual hit. Grumbles and the Pommern there have been having a bit of a bump and grind, and obviously Greedo is saying, "Why look where you're sailing," and Grumbles tells him exactly the same. How about you? You're in a brawler top tier. Fair comment, but there is the Ostergutland in the cap, so we need to be careful of that. We've got shots for the Azuma here, so we had a bit of lead on. We pull the trigger, but I don't think we've given enough lead there, so these shells are going to whiff a bit. We got 1 pen though, so we'll take it. Somebody else has hit him really hard. He's down to 3.9 and he's repairing. There goes our Ostergutland from the other flank. And if you take a look at the minimap, I do spot this myself as well at some point. We've kind of lost the other side, which isn't great. We've got some shots in the air again at the Azuma. Maybe not the best use of the shells because he is right on the edge of our range. Some more better group shells there going in by Grumbles. So, trying to think what to do next. I think my call, if I remember correctly, is that, you know what, we've pretty much lost the Charlie Cap. So yeah, I need to be chugging down there. So we're going to set off down there to actually push down and provide some backup to the Nagato, the Fiji, and the Cleveland. At this point, we've got Grumbles and Grumpy here with a Buffalo and a Pommern and a Yugi pushing the A-cap. There's a Lyon, a Pom, and a Yugamore defending it. Should be in fairly safe hands, I think. So I made a decision. the other end of the map needs reinforcing. I'll turn and head that way. So we now start the long sail to the other end of the map. It's a good 15-20 kilometers away, but we can do, like we said, almost 30 knots in the Lyon. I'm at 28.4, I think. So, we've got a reasonable length, reasonably quick travel time, so we can crack on. And Nagato kills the Z46, which is great.
There's a slim chance we may actually win this.
So we're going to carry on sailing this way. However, the Z46 does get the flesh wound on the Nagato with his torpedoes. So we'll pick this up in a few minutes as we sail down to the other far end of the map. Okay, so we've been heading down to the other end of the map, and as you can see on the minimap, there is an Atlanta just in front of us. He's not on a lot of health, so I risk a long distance shot to see if he's pushed to the corner of those islands and see if we can get a lucky kill. We caught sight of him as we were pushing over, and he's not got a lot of health at all, but he's not exactly where we think he is. So we just carry on sailing forwards. There's a Sims, a Colorado, an Atlanta, and a Lyon down this end. The Fiji and the Z46 are pushed back to join Grumpy Grumbles, the Buffalo, the Pommern, and the Yugamo. So we're going to be the only ship down here against these 4 ships. Maybe not the smartest move I've ever made, but it is what it is. We're going to push on. We're going to do what we can do to take care of everything for everybody. We do get detected, so that tells us there's something within 13.8 kilometers of us. We keep pushing forward. I think it's the Sims B in the cap, so I'm keeping my guns looking that way. There's the collie. We snap off all 8 barrels onto the collie. In quick succession, we lose the Pommern to the Pommern and the Yugamo to the Yugamo on our team. Not great. 1 pen gives us 950 damage. That's pretty poor, that is. But, damage is damage. The Atlanta gets spotted on 434 health, so quick as we can do. 5 seconds on the reload. We have a look around. Bit of lead. Wait for them to settle. Pull the trigger. As you can see, a bit of a scatter shot of the shells as well, in case he slows down. But we managed to take him out before he does too much damage to us with the HE shells. And we're now no longer spotted, so that tells us there's nothing within 13.8 kilometers of us. That's our detection at sea range. Some wild HE shells coming flying over us there. Not sure what they were during the game, however it does turn out it's the Lyon there. The Sims B is about to push onto that corner, so instead I pre-select HE. Do I pre-select HE? Oh no, I don't. I leave the AP loaded, sorry. And we wait for the destroyer to poke on that corner. We get spotted, we know he's there. We wait until we spot him. We zoom in, just enough lead. The grouping is lovely. And we get 4 penetrations as it goes 3.8. However, at this point now, we're loading HE. The Sims is smashing us with his HE shells. He has caught us on fire. We are still detected. So as soon as that drops back, our detection drops because his smoke screen is blocking the Lyon from seeing us. We've got 2 fires. I'm itching to put these fires out, but we're pushing into a Sims. I think it's best, let's run the repair instead. It's roughly running the same as the fire, so we're not going to lose too much in the way of health. Grumpy goes down to the Colorado. We've also lost Grumbles, so now it's just 3 versus 5. Of those 3, I'm the only one with 2 kills, so this is going to be close. I'm carrying on pushing forward to the smoke, looking for the Sims. So we managed to burn through the fire. Oh, we've spotted the Sims. He's backing up. He thinks he's safe. And he would have been had we been firing AP. 8.7k, 8 penetrations. We let the secondaries run over on him now. We keep our fingers crossed and just hope our secondaries do the job. We need a couple more. There we go. Close quarters expert.
An allied destroyer.
We keep the bow on the Lyon. The torpedoes from Mighty Mick there in the Z46 take out the Colorado, so we're safe there. Unfortunately, the Sims did manage to get up a set of torpedoes, 2 floods, an engine. We're now equal health to the Lyon. We've reloaded AP as well. We get the forward turrets off and we wiggle back to get our bow on. Luckily we managed to parry his shots, but we do cause a fire with our secondaries on the Lyon, and we cause slightly more damage to him with our 8 shots as opposed to his full 16. We keep the bow on and keep pushing. There's everyone's in their chat saying don't die, don't die. So we're just firing the forward guns. As you can see, quite a huge spread there. The Lyon is slowing. I want to wait for him to fire all his shells. He manages to penetrate the superstructure. I've got 13 seconds on the main barrel, so I swing the turrets out. I know he's not going to reload quicker than me. However, I've got to nail all these shots. We wait for the guns to re-aim. We tap the island, pull the trigger, and we take him out. And now we've got to just survive a 34-second burn. Again, we've been running our heal. We're up to 71k damage, 4 kills, close quarters, first blood, 14 secondaries, 49 mains, 3 defends, 1 spot and 1 in cap. So, can we win this? We've got enough in the bag to win this match. We let the fire just run out because no point ticking a repair when we've got 2 seconds left. But we are down to 12k on the health. There's a Lyon virtually full health on their team, and there is a Yugamore left as well. So I want to head towards the cap, but I keep wanting to look for more damage. The Yugamore gets spotted there by our Fiji. My guns are loaded, so I decide I'm just going to take a Hail Mary at him. I look roughly where his shells have been coming from, pull the trigger. We wait a little bit to see if he fires again. We use X marks the spot. Shots in the air. He's moved, unfortunately, so we're not going to get that kill. However, the shells do land pretty much where he would have been, and had he stayed in that position, that would have been our Kraken shot. However, he's not going to be in the game much longer, that Yugamore. I want to bring the bow on to the Normandy over there. I decided to spring one of my remaining 3 heals. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be involved in the fight for quite a while. Launch the HE shells at the Lyon. The Z46 takes out the Yugamore. Brilliant. So it's me. So it's now a 3-on-1 fight. We'll get 1 penetration on superstructure from 16 kilometers there. So not too bad. I'm keeping the HE loaded. I'm slightly concerned about my angle towards the Lyon. As you can see, he's opened up on us. I'm keeping the HE loaded, but I've now switched to the AP. We take a shot through the superstructure that gets us 950. That's an overpen through and through. We do 3.8 in return for 3 HE pens, and we're slowly backing up into the cap to block this cap to slow their point intake. The Lyon is pushing into the B cap because he needs to stop our flow of points to give himself half a chance of winning. It's the only logical thing that he can do at this point. He can't really go and attack the Z46 because he doesn't have Hydro. And again, same reason he can't really go and attack the Fiji. So we're at 30 seconds here. We've got shots going into the Lyon. 6.5k. We do some damage there to his secondaries. He takes a torpedo from the Z46, but only 1. However, he's had to give broadside to the Fiji for that. I'm not loaded, but I've nearly got this cap, which is then going to put the pressure really on. it's a comfortable win either way, I think. But you know, with 200 points between us, a couple of ships down, this could go both ways. I'm keeping my eyes open for the Lyon. We need somebody to spot him. At the minute, he's not spotted by the Fiji or the Z46. So I push forward round into this island gap where I can see between it on my ship. See if I can spot him. If he's in my spotting range, I'm in his spotting range. There he is, broadside to us. We lose vision for a few seconds. We then spot him again. Get a nice set of shells off towards him. Oh, we do 10k and get him down to and almost completely dead. We back off. There he is on 1900 HP. We're waiting for the guns to reload. 9 seconds. Can we get a Kraken? I've got 20 odd K, but I'm still a bit worried about the Citadel. He does do a significant amount of damage to us there. I pull the trigger, but unfortunately, the Z46's shells are a little bit quicker than mine. And he takes that. Anyway, guys, post game coming up for you. So, folks, there you go. Really, really nice, tidy game there in the Lyon. As you just saw in the screen there, 370,000 credits, 872, 11,292 XP, 2,967 free XP, close quarters, dreadnought, first blood, 93,742 damage. We didn't break the 100k and we were 1 kill short of the Quackham, but maybe next time. A really nice solid round in what is one of the, I think it's one of the favourite tier 7 TcFreer ships that's out there of the community. Yeah, it's fast, it's mobile, it's a lot of fun to play. It's very deadly once you get within about 12 to 13k of people. I'm playing them in the division with your friends, you know, coordinating your shots and you know, 3, 2, 1 pull and send in 40, what are we on? 28, 38, 40 maths. I normally use a spreadsheet for this, don't I? But sending over 40 shells towards the opposition. There's no replacement for displacement, I think the Yanks would say. But yeah, with that number of things, something's going to hit. And who knows what it's going to do. Citadel damage, but with enough of you hitting it, you can do significant damage, even with overpens, with a coordinated fire from your division. Anyway, the post-game result, the other post-game results will be following after this. If you haven't already, do please consider giving the channel a like, a follow, you know, ticking that thumbs up below, subscribing, and more videos will be following. As I said, as I've also said on Discord as well, I am looking to do a video a week on or around Tuesday morning at about 8 o'clock release time. If something special comes up and I've got time to do it, I'll see if I might slip another one in there, maybe a bit of a life vlog or something like that. We'll have to see where we go. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Lyon. Do go and check out the French battleship line. It's a lot of fun. Once you've got through the Turin, the Corvette, and the Britannia, you start to get a real lot of fun there from the Normandy all the way to the Republic. Anyway, cheers guys. See you all soon. And remember, you can be anything you want to in this life. Just be kind. Ta-da.